They sleep on our boy, but let them sleep. But what's happening, y'all? Welcome to Street Scores. It's your boy Rico, bringing y'all an off-season edition of Redskins Report. Today's topic: Terry McLaurin's rookie season was incredible. What are some of his advanced stats and rankings that most people don't even know about? And how bright is his future for real? Do we really have something special here? Let's get it. Terry McLaurin was drafted by the Washington Redskins in the 3rd round, 76th overall, in the 2019 NFL Draft from Ohio State University. The 12th receiver taken in the draft, too.
What do you mean? How?
He was tearing it up in the Big Ten with other 2019 Redskins draft pick Dwayne Haskins the season before. His senior season, he wasn't even the primary target. They didn't know what major talent they had on their team. He only had 701 yards and 11 touchdowns on 35 receptions in 12 games, which was by far his best season. His junior year, he only had 436 yards. In his sophomore year, he had 114. And this rise makes a lot of sense. It makes sense for anybody over their collegiate careers, but it especially makes sense for Terry McLaurin, who almost didn't even make the Ohio State team. It's a crazy story for real. Taking it back, Ohio State had an instructional football camp while Terry was in high school, and Terry went crazy. Caught every ball that was thrown to him, won almost every battle when somebody was covering him one-on-one, and he even proved he was the fastest player in the camp after he won the Smokehouse Sprint. So, when he finished the camp and headed to Urban Meyer's office, he expected some type of offer, but instead of an offer, Urban Meyer gave him a challenge. Urban Meyer even told him, "You're as fast as we like our players, you're smart, you're a good kid, but we want to take this recruiting process a little slower. Your ball skills are not necessarily where we want them to be. I want you to go home, catch 200 balls a day, and come back to our camp in 2 weeks, and we'll see where you are." And that's exactly what Terry McLaurin did. Instead of ignoring Urban Meyer's challenge and going to accept another school's great offer, McLaurin accepted the challenge. And over the next 11 days, he caught over 2,000 footballs, whether it be from his parents, friends, or whoever else had an arm that could at least throw a football. He went to the next camp with his wrist all sore, and after only running routes and catching passes for like 10 minutes, Urban Meyer had seen enough and offered him right there on the spot. And I tell y'all this story just to give y'all a little look into how crazy Terry McLaurin's work ethic and passion for the game are, which are the main reasons he has the bright future he has. Another big key to his previous success and future greatness is his passion for playing special teams. When we're talking about players as talented as McLaurin, especially wide receiver ones, it's even less people who are not only willing to play special teams, but also wants to. McLaurin loves the toughness and physicality it takes to excel in special teams coverage as a gunner, and dealing with that helped him beat press man so easily and consistently. He's used to basically getting pressed by 2 people at the same time, so only one corner press man in him is just food. He's looking at DBs like, this all y'all got to put on me? This is it right here? And apparently, when we selected him in the 3rd round, we saw him as a great special teams contributor, at the very least, and with the possibility of him contributing in the passing game. There were no high expectations for him offensively, though. People were more so fascinated with receivers like N'Keal Harry, AJ Brown, Deebo Samuel, DK Metcalf, and even Terry's teammate Paris Campbell. I don't even think the Redskins expected him to be the best out of all of them when they drafted him. But they did know that he ran a 4.35 in the combine and that he dominated in the Senior Bowl. He showed out on the big stage with everybody watching, probably cementing his draft stock as being a 3rd round selection at the latest. And with Kyle Smith as our unofficial GM during draft time, we know the Redskins love taking Senior Bowl standouts like Montez Sweat and Jimmy Moreland, which also means the Redskins may take chances on tight end Adam Trotman and center Lloyd Cushenberry in this 2020 draft. But back to Terry. Terry McLaurin showed out against other top talents in the draft in that Senior Bowl. The Redskins took notice. The Redskins drafted him. That simple. And then immediately after drafting him, he was balling in training camp. Multiple Redskins defenders said that he and Jordan Reed were the two hardest people to cover over the summer. So his name was even buzzing out of camp. And then came game 1. In Philadelphia, Terry caught 5 of his 7 targets for 125 yards and a touchdown. What a debut. Set Redskins Nation ablaze. Had everybody like, who is this guy? Especially since he did that with no Trent or Jordan Reed and Case Keenum as his quarterback. And through all of the chaos with missing players everywhere on offense from Sheriff to Trent, with switches all in the QB room from Keenum to Colt to Haskins, with switches in the play calling room from Gruden to Callahan to O'Connell, and through all of that chaos, Terry finished his rookie season with 919 yards receiving and 7 touchdowns. Almost 1,000 yards receiving, which would have been the first Redskins receiver to do it since Pierre Garçon and Deshaun Jackson did it in 2016. And he also would have been the first Redskins rookie receiver to reach 1,000 yards in a season. And Terry missed multiple games. Let's not forget that. He should have easily have beat Gary Clark's Redskins rookie receiving record. He was only 8 yards shy. But it's cool though. He's gonna set other records. But let's talk about what he already did last year that a lot of people don't even know about. First of all, Terry McLaurin won Pepsi Rookie of the Week twice. Going stupid. Y'all already know. But also, through 14 games in 2019, the Redskins only had 2,348 passing yards. But at the same point in the 2016 season, Kirk Cousins had 4,242 passing yards. Almost 2,000 yards more. And that 2,348 passing yards that the Redskins had through 14 games in 2019 was dead last in the NFL. And McCoy was responsible for 833 of them. That's 35%. That's more than a third of the team's receiving yards, with him being covered by the best corner on each team and eventually game planned for as the season went on. And even better than the yards, in that same span, the Redskins only threw for 14 touchdowns and McLaurin had 7 of them. That's 50%. Half of them. And historically, McLaurin's 919 receiving yards, even though he missed multiple games, was the 4th most by a rookie receiver in the past 30 years. And another crazy stat, Terry McLaurin led everybody in the league in best contested catch rate in 2019 with 68.4%. So even when he isn't getting wide open with his very advanced and nuanced route running, he's going up and still snatching the ball out of the air, even when a DB is all over him. He's unguardable. That means he statistically has the best hands in football already. And if you don't believe the stats, look at this catch here.
Great catch by Terry McLaurin.
Can your favorite receiver do that? Doubt it. But you want to see something different? You want to see a clutch over the shoulder catch to set up the game-winning field goal? Here you go. So he's clutch too? Oh, and so you want to see him maul somebody and somehow find a way to stay in bounds? Here, look at this one. Like, what was that? This man is out of control. He must be stopped. Like, why he have to embarrass Buddy like that? But oh, you said you wanted to see him tiptoe on the sideline, super contested, and still catching and holding onto the ball after suffering a concussion during the catch process? Who has ever done that? Oh, don't even worry about it, because McLaurin did that too. Like, come on, dog. What was that? Who does that? You had a lot of Redskins receivers over these past few years who couldn't even catch a cold. But now you got McCoy out here putting the catch before his health. No matter what, he said he's coming down with that ball. Now we just need you to stay healthy, McCoy. So we can't have you out there getting concussed anymore. But that was amazing. Will go down in Redskins history as one of the best catches we've ever seen. Legendary. And I didn't even show y'all all of his amazing catches. That's just a few. And there will be plenty more next season and beyond. Y'all can believe that. But even just beyond what the casual fan can see with his or her eyes, the advanced stats and analysis guys of Pro Football Focus also love Terry McLaurin. They gave him the highest rookie wide receiver grade through 15 weeks since Odell Beckham Jr. back in 2014. This was done with the 51 catches for for 833 yards in 13 appearances through the first 15 weeks. McCoy got an 85.1 grade from PFF in that span. He is one of 8 rookie receivers to have an 80 or higher since 2010. And out of all positions, after December 20th, he was the 3rd highest graded rookie, only behind Rookie Defensive Player of the Year Nick Bosa and Josh Jacobs, who was going crazy in Oakland and probably would have won Offensive Rookie of the Year if he didn't keep getting hurt. And not just Pro Football Focus, but Next Gen Stats also gave McLaurin a 99 grade for athleticism, along with the beast DK Metcalf, his former teammate Paris Campbell, and the guy I wanted late in the draft, Emmanuel Hall, and also Darius Slayton and Miles Boykin. His elite athleticism just means that his ceiling is sky high, and he's only going to get better and better. Not even just off of his second to none work ethic, but also because of his natural athleticism that Next Gen Stats graded a 99. And then there's some other advanced stats that help show how dominant he was. McLaurin made quarterbacks throwing to him have a 97 passer rating or better on 9 of his 14 route types. That's insane. He's QB friendly and he can run every route on the route tree, and very well. Also, as the outside receiver, he had a 60.5% catch rate and 4 touchdowns and passer ratings of 105 and 109.3. And in the slot, a 70.5% catch rate with 3 touchdowns and a 142.9 passer rating. Imagine how crazy he would have went if he wasn't getting overthrown or underthrown or just plain not even thrown to when he was wide open because the quarterback just didn't see him. His stats would have been even more amazing. Also, Terry Mclaurin was the Eagles killer last year. Just like how Santana Moss was the Cowboys killer, Terry might be the Eagles killer. He really might be everybody killer. But as far as the Eagles go, in the 2 games he played against them last season, he had 10 receptions for 255 yards and 2 touchdowns. And speaking of the Eagles, look at this. Terry had 3 100-yard games, while JJ Arcega-Whiteside had 1. Also, JJ had a couple of 0 reception games, while Terry had at least 1 reception every game he played in, no matter what. If it came down to it, I'm pretty sure he would have just went and snatched the football from the quarterback's hands in the backfield and just ran. Also, Terry's longest reception is 75 yards, his second highest reception is 69 yards, and his third is 41 yards, while JJ's highest, straight up highest, is 35 yards. And you can even tell that the Eagles didn't really even believe in JJ off rip, because while Terry McLaurin led all rookie receivers in week 1 snap count percentage with 93, JJ only played in 8% of the Eagles snap count in that opening game. And it's crazy because they were going against each other that game too. And also the crazy part about this, and that is worth noting, is that JJ was even taken the round before Terry. That's the main thing behind all of this. Terry was taken with the 13th pick in the 3rd round, while JJ was taken with the 25th pick in the 2nd round. That's why you'll see tweets like this.
That you know, and they ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it.
And even future Hall of Famers like Adrian Peterson have acknowledged Terry McLaurin's greatness. When Adrian Peterson tied Walter Payton for 4th on all-time career rushing touchdowns list on this run, he gave Terry McLaurin the ball instead of keeping it for himself and putting it somewhere important like in a glass box for people to marvel at in his house or something. He gave it to Terry because of this block. Terry McLaurin played a major role in this touchdown. And this is also why I love Terry so much. He's not a diva receiver. Just like I talked about earlier, he loves special teams, but that man also loves to block and is great at it. He not only brings that AB type of X-receiver danger in the passing game, but he also brings that Hines Ward toughness and blocking in the running game. And Adrian Peterson and the Redskins coaches have definitely taken notice. And the craziest thing though is who he's done this to. All of these stats I've given y'all, advanced stats, all of the praise and all of these type of things, he wasn't just going against bums. He was going against elite corners throughout last year. He was getting covered by rising star Jair Alexander of the Packers, Defensive Player of the Year Stephon Gilmore of the Patriots, potential market breaker Byron Jones of the Cowboys twice, two-time Pro Bowler Kyle Fuller of the Bears, old head baller Xavier Rhodes that used to be one of the best in the league of the Vikings, another rising star in Tre'Davious White of the Bills. Some people are considering him the best corner in the league. One of the best Madden Superstar KO cards also. The lone talent in the Jets cornerback group, Brian Poole. And then you have about to reset the market even more, Darius Slay of the Lions. And then you have one of the guys that the Redskins want most in free agency, James Bradberry. And he earned the respect of all of these people. Just listen to Darius Slay, who's arguably the best corner out of this list. If you don't want to take my word for it, take his.
Oh, man. Little Terry scared? Terry bought that, man. Redskins got him one. They stole one from Ohio State. Terry, nice. He's nice, man. To be honest, that whole year besides Keenan Allen, he was my hardest one I covered that whole year. The boy was so fast and quick. He probably would have scored on me about 2 times if the quarterback ain't overthrown him. So I'm like, oh, shoot. Thank you, Jesus. He was scored on him probably twice. You know, one of them I had got bumped. And then one of them, he kind of just like did a move so fast, I didn't even know. Cuz could have scored on me twice. But he didn't. And I'm going to take the win like that. He ain't scored twice, so I got the dub. He ain't scored at all. But he still had a good game, though. He made a good catch on me, too, for a clutch play, though. Nah, he won that battle. Yeah, he won that one. I'll make a lot of plays, too, though.
See, man, if you didn't want to take my word for it, you can take his. He's the one that had to cover Terry McLaurin, and you seen what he's saying. So you know Terry McLaurin is official. Come on now. He has the respect of not only Hall of Famers on his team, of the advanced stat guys at Pro Football Focus and Next Gen Stats, ESPN and all of those people, but he also earned the utmost respect from his opponents. You might even say a little bit of fear. I'm not going to full on say that people are afraid to cover Terry McLaurin because everybody's competitive and all of that, but they would definitely prefer to cover a lot of wide receivers over him. And you know what's even crazier? We paid Josh Doctson more money to be on another team last year than we paid either Terry McLaurin or Steven Sims to go crazy. That is so sad. Almost paid Doctson more than the both of them combined cap hit wise. So if you want to know sad and unfortunate, there you go. We paid Josh Doctson, who was on the Vikings for some of the year last year, more than we paid Terry McLaurin last year alone. Not even just over the career span of Josh Doctson. Just 2019 alone, we paid Josh Doctson more money than we paid Terry McLaurin. And I know nicknames have been a big source of controversy for him. You would think by now, with all of this hope we have behind him and expectations, we would have a definitive nickname for him now, but we don't. I mean, there's Turbo Terry, F1 McLaurin, Route 17, TDT for Touchdown Terry, Android 17, one of my favorites, McLovin McLaren, Scoring McLaurin, AO for Always Open, Agent 17, TNT for Too Nice Terry, Terry the Terminator, Lightning Terry, Terry Takeover, Sweet Feet Terry, T-Mac, Mach 17, Fairy Terry, T-Time, Mr. T, Terry Potter, that's kind of funny, Torch and Terry, T-Rex, Captain McLaurin, all kinds of names. I could have gone on forever. We have so many nicknames out there for him, and we haven't officially decided on one. Last year it was Scary Terry, but all of Redskins Nation never came together and fully agreed on that. So right now the jury is still out there. We'll figure it out, but we need to figure it out as soon as possible, hopefully, because this man is too good to not have some form of a nickname yet. But no matter what you call him, what does he bring to our team as a total package? Let's try to sum it up. Let's get it. I mean, he's one of the hardest guys to cover with his excellent release and elite route running. Very nuanced receiver. He statistically had the best hands in the league last year, so even when you're covering them, it doesn't matter. And he's one of the most dependable blocking receivers in the league. And don't forget one of the fastest too. Come on now. You see how he turned this simple in route into a 75-yard touchdown. I mean, the Redskins done found him one with this one, man. He is different. And don't forget that his work ethic is crazy, and he's also one of the smartest guys on the field at all times. Listen to this quote. "I try to give a big picture awareness. That's what we called it in college. I know plays that marry up with other plays in our offense, and I know what we can exploit. I know based on what coverages we're getting, what plays we have in our offense that will be good, and double moves as well. So I try to be a coach on the field, because while Coach Kevin O'Connell and Coach Bill Callahan are calling plays, we're talking about last year here, and the other coaches are seeing it from a bird's eye perspective, I'm playing it. So I feel like I have a different angle than they do." Like, come on, son. He's any coach's dream. Ron Rivera will love him. And that's just about all I can say about his legacy so far. So we up out of here, man. There's really nothing left to say. We just have to see him go out there and do it again in 2020 and 2021 and years beyond. I appreciate the view. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please leave a like if you liked it. If you learned anything, please subscribe if you haven't yet. Endless content coming. I have a lot of creative videos like this one I'm coming out with. I'm about to start hitting y'all with draft talk like crazy. Coming out with a video soon about why the Redskins shouldn't and won't take Tua Tagovailoa with the 2nd overall pick. Then I'm coming out with the breakdown of the Eric Coryell offense that Scott Turner is going to run, just like how I did the 4-3 defense that Jack Del Rio is going to run and all of that stuff. Breaking down what it is, how it works, how it'll look with the Redskins, how current Redskins players fit into it, how they'll be used, and how potential free agent signings could fit into it and all of that type of stuff. And I'm sorry I wasn't able to live stream this past Sunday. I will be live streaming this coming Sunday, 2 p.m. as usual. And make sure y'all go and tell Terry Mclaurin about this video so he can check it out and even learn some stuff about what he did that he didn't even know, man. I'm pretty sure he doesn't even know a lot of those advanced stats. Get him hyped for this 2020 season just like we are. And again, I appreciate the support. I'll catch y'all later. I'm out.